I'm back again with another spontaneous video, and it's health related video. Making them spontaneous, not planned, probably helps reduce the stress that I go through in thinking about making the video in the first place. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about knowing your body, and please don't leave anything to chance. Learn from my mistake. So my name is Sasha, and if you're new to this channel, welcome to the Limbex family channel. Welcome to the Limbex channel. Welcome to the Limbex growing channel. You guys, welcome. And if you're a regular watcher, thank you for coming back to watch the video. If you're finding value to this video, share and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. It does really make a huge difference to the channel. So let's jump right into it. So today I will be talking about endometriosis, my story from a Black African person's perspective. The reason why I'm actually motivated in sharing this story is because I watched another African lady's video on her journey with endometriosis and fertility and all that, and it actually gave chills to my body, because I was like, wow, so I'm not the only African or Black African that is going through endometriosis, because maybe we don't really talk about this disease. So I found myself in kind of like a closed space where I think I'm the only one going through it. And as soon as I watched this lady and she mentioned endometriosis, I was like, oh my god, it feels like, you know, when you've met your fan club, but not a good fan club, because this disease is a very, very painful disease. But it feels good to know that I wasn't all by myself. It's not just in my head, because this disease, it's really hard for some doctors to actually put a name to it, because they can pass endometriosis as period pain. So what is endometriosis? So endometriosis is a disease in which the tissue similar to the lining of your uterus grows outside your uterus. It can cause severe pain in the pelvic and make it harder to get pregnant. Endometriosis can start at a person's first menstrual period until their menopause. With that in mind, how does this fit into my story? So I started having my period, I think when I was 12 years old or 13. I actually started my period very, very early. I used to have very severe pain. I used to have very painful pain. It was so bad. I used to like lay in bed. I was always on the toilet. I would have diarrhea. I would not want to get up from the toilet. No amount of periods painkillers my mom gave me would stop this pain. So for like, I could be in pain for like a week straight, in pain, heavy bleeding, exhausted, feeling irritated. I had so much going on. My mom said to me, it's period pain. It's, you know, it's a start of you being a woman, and it's nothing to worry about. I didn't know any better. Like I said, I was 12 years old. I was having this pain. I was dreading going to school, because I'm like, the pain was so bad. It was so embarrassing all the time. And I was always soaked, stained, all that mess, all that period shenanigan stuff. It was really, really bad growing up. So fast forward to when I came abroad, in my late teens when I came abroad. This pain was so bad. When I would go to work, I was in pain. I was in so much pain that I used to go to the staff room to sleep. That's how much pain I was in. I lost jobs from having my period. It was so bad that I remember going to work in a place and I was in so much pain. I was in the toilet all the time. And because it was like kind of like an agency job, I was actually told, don't bother coming back the next day. And I said to them, I'm in so much pain from my period. And I still remember what this lady said to me. She said, it's just period pain. Get over it. And I was like, I felt so embarrassed that how come every other woman is getting on with their day with the periods, and mine is just so bad. As I was getting older, the pain kept going higher. I remember someone saying to me that your pain threshold must be very low, that's why you can't take your periods pain. But my dear, I just thought, okay, it's normal. Everyone keeps telling me it's my period, it's my period. So back to my topic, know your body and don't leave anything to chance. If I had known what I know now, I probably would have knocked on doors and bashed doors to be heard, because I just felt like no one was hearing me. Unfortunately now, I've had a complete hysterectomy because my endometriosis was so bad that the final surgery I had last year, the doctor said to me, unfortunately, Sasha, there's nothing else we can do. This disease has gone everywhere. The disease was in my bladder, the disease was in my bowel, the disease was in my intestine, the disease was everywhere. It was covered in my womb. It's actually the surgeon that operated on me my last final surgery said to me that this is the worst case of endometriosis he's ever seen in his life, that he could literally write a case study about my surgery, because my surgery actually took 3 specialists. So the first one did their job, left. The second specialist came in, did their job, left. The third one came in, did their job, left. So by the time I was done, I was all drugged up in painkillers, in antibiotics, and then I needed blood as well because I lost so much blood from the surgery. So my dears, endometriosis is not something to take for granted. It's high time people start sharing their stories about endometriosis, because I made that mistake of not researching, of letting people tell me it's just period pain. If I had done something earlier on, maybe I won't be in the position I am in, where I have no child and I have no womb, I have no uterus, I have no fallopian tubes, I have no ovaries, I have nothing. I had a total, complete hysterectomy. I will continue to make videos like this because I think people need to understand that endometriosis is not something to class as it's just your period. Okay, so how did I know there was something not right about my body? So when I lost that job, when the lady says to me, it's just period pain, get over it, or don't bother coming back in again. And because I said to them, sorry, I'm unable to come the next day because I'm in so much pain, I can't even get up. I'm in the toilet after pouring my whole private shenanigans with this lady, and she just went all cold on me and she says, sorry, don't bother coming back again. So that was when I was like, you know what, I've had enough. I went to the doctor. The first doctor I met said to me that I need to lose weight, that I was overweight, that if I'm having heavy periods and if it's painful, it's because I'm overweight. And even though, bear in mind, then I wasn't this big, so I was like 13 stone, so I am 5 foot 9 inches and I weighed 13 stone. And this doctor was saying to me that I'm clinically overweight, even though I didn't look overweight. So girl or boys or ladies or gentlemen, I then decided I'll start jogging. Me, that I can't even run for Britain, I decided to start jogging. I was jogging, I was so exhausted, and I was like, how can I be jogging, trying to lose this weight, to feel better, for the periods to all go back to how normal people maybe have their periods? It wasn't working. Do you know, sometimes when you go through this kind of thing, people may think you're like hypochondriac, if that's the word, that maybe you're just too dramatic with this. That's why I'm saying, know your body and know when something is not right, and don't leave anything to chance. Don't let anyone tell you it's just period pain. No, I was so ashamed to even go to the doctors in the end, because I was like, how come these people are not listening to me? They will give me these painkillers, they will tell me to go and lose weight. I will try and lose the weight, I'm still in pain, and I go back to them again, they tell me it takes longer. So the whole of my 20s I spent going back to the doctors, asking them, please, there's something not right, there's something not right. They kept fucking me off. So it was until when I then went back to the doctors and I said to them that I've been trying to get pregnant and I haven't been pregnant all my life. What is happening? That's when one of the doctors actually reluctantly said, was like, are you having any stress at home and stuff like that? And I was like, yeah, there's, I'm kind of going through a lot of stress. I went for 6 months without having a period. So me, I was thinking, okay, maybe I'm pregnant or whatever. And I kept doing pregnancy tests in my mind. I kept, when you look at the pregnancy test and you're like, okay, it's one line, and then you're trying to look, it's faint. Okay, maybe I'm pregnant, fingers crossed I'm pregnant. Oh my God, it drove me bananas because I kept envisioning I was pregnant. It was the only reason why for 6 months I had no period, because they said to me it could be stress. And I went to them and I said to them, I've been doing this pregnancy test. They said, okay, go back and do another one. They gave me something to pee on. They told me to bring it back. It came back. I'm not pregnant. And I said, so what is happening? They kept making me feel so bad that I almost gave up. One day I had to call the doctors and I said, please, can I speak to someone? I just started crying. I said to them, if you don't hear me out, I will come to the GP surgery and I will just lay on the floor there and start crying to you guys. Please, I need to speak to someone. The receptionist said, okay, hold on, a female doctor will call me. Bear in mind, I've been speaking to female doctors as well, but mainly male doctors is who I've been speaking to. And this lady, I remember this lady, I said to her, you saved my life. This woman looked at me because then I was not on iron medicine. I was not on, they've not even done a scan to see what was wrong with me. All they just kept telling me was, go and lose weight, go and do this, go and jog, go and exercise, go and diet. That is my weight, is stress, is this, is that. They were just giving me stories upon stories. I went in, I sat there with her, very young, God-sent lady. I cried to her, I explained everything. I said, look what's been happening. My body, I'm physically exhausted from the pain. I'm exhausted from sitting on the toilet. I'm exhausted from all these painkillers that I keep popping. And she says to me, have they checked to see if you're anemic? I said, no one, you just kept fogging me off. And she said, okay, I'm going to book you in for extensive blood tests. So she booked me in for blood tests. It came back that I was severely anemic. And she said that the jogging that I was jogging, one day I would have just fainted on the streets where I was jogging early in the morning. See me like Sasha, all geared up with my high visibility jackets early in the morning, because I used to do it before day breaks so that people don't see me jogging and panting like an elephant or something. So she says to me I was severely anemic. That was when she took up my case. She sent me for scan. She sent me for all sorts. That was when I heard the word endometriosis. Up until then, I never knew what endometriosis was, because they kept telling me that there was nothing wrong with me. I thought I was so fertile that maybe it's just my village people, the enemies in my village, that making me not have kids or not get pregnant. I never knew what endometriosis was until when they said to me that I had endometriosis and I had fibroids. I had fibroids everywhere, mini ones, big ones, fat ones, ginormous ones, juicy ones, ripe ones, unripe ones. I had fibroids everywhere. They said I had cysts. I started researching it. I became a doctor overnight. I was like, what is endometriosis? Because I've never heard this before. The lady says to me that this endometriosis is very hard to spot because it can mimic the symptoms of period pain. So it's probably the reason why every other doctor kept thinking it's my period, it's my period. They didn't really want to investigate more. That was when I first heard the word endometriosis. That was the beginning of the end for me.